We're diving into the AFC East, and we're going to go over each team's draft needs as well as possible players they may select this week. We start with the defending champion, New England Patriots. As long as you have Bill Belichick in town, you're going to always try to look to reload, not rebuild. Now, you have a young quarterback in Jarrett Stidham they're going with this year. What does he need? Weapons. He needs wide receivers, and he needs a tight end. They could also use a linebacker because a strong linebacker is a staple of a Bill Belichick defense. In the first round, they have a couple of options. They can go with Denzel Mims, playmaker from Baylor, can win on the outside, is explosive, and he could build instant chemistry with Jarrett Stidham. They could also go Justin Jefferson from LSU, tall, slot receiver, very fast, can win and contribute right away from the slot in the NFL. They could also go tight end Harrison Bryant from Florida Atlantic. Great player, can make an instant impact, young safety security valve for the young quarterback in Jarrett Stidham, but Harrison Bryant has the speed and athleticism to win at the tight end position and make an instant transition to the NFL. At linebacker, they may look at a guy like Kenneth Murray from Alabama. He's also an instant impact player. You can plug him in. He learned from Nick Saban, who Bill Belichick knows very well, can come into the league right away, play sideline to sideline, and can be a beast on that defense. We're going to move to the New York Jets, Jets. Sam Darnold needs help. So do the Jets, but Sam Darnold specifically needs wide receivers. Now, in the first round, they seem to love Henry Ruggs. I love Henry Ruggs. So do many other teams. He is probably the most elite playmaker in this draft. Very reminiscent of Tyreek Hill's playing style. Now, although they love him, other teams may trade up for Henry Ruggs. So they could also look at players like Jerry Jeudy, who they're also high on. They'll hopefully have the selection between Jerry Jeudy, Henry Ruggs, and CeeDee Lamb, but their target is Henry Ruggs. We go up north to the Buffalo Bills. Now, they need a couple of things to make an upward move in that division. They'll need an instant defensive impact player. They'll also need a running back to complement Devin Singletary. Devin Singletary, you want to limit his wear and tear. You're going to need a guy who can go between the tackles and play in those cold weather games. Now, as a defensive playmaker, they pick in the second round. They don't have a first round pick this year. So they're going to have slim pickings, not that slim if they know and target the right guy. They can go after pass rushers such as Terrell Lewis from Alabama. He's dropping down due to a failed drug test, but he's a playmaker that can step in right away and rush the passer. He's going to have to grow his game. He's a solid player they can go with. They can also go with corners. Christian Fulton from LSU, great player, has had off the field issues, but is a playmaker when he's on the field. The guy that they may target is Trayvon Diggs. That last name is familiar because his brother plays on the Buffalo Bills right now, who was acquired in a trade, Stephon Diggs. Trayvon Diggs is a talented corner who's only been playing corner for a couple of years, transitioned from being a wide receiver, but he can step into the league right away and make plays. If they go running back later, they can look at a guy like Zach Moss from Utah. Big between the tackles running back. He can get those yardage. He can play short distance, third and short plays, but he's the guy to complement Devin Singletary. So look for Zach Moss if they go running back. Now, one of my favorite places in this country, we're going to Miami. Now, I love what Brian Flores is doing over there. He has 14 picks in this draft. He's loading up. It's New England South, the other version. They have a couple of needs on the offensive side. They need a future quarterback, a star, and a franchise quarterback. Now, they're picking at number 5 in the first round. They should be able to get either Justin Herbert, Tua Tagovailoa, or Jordan Love. Now, I love Jordan Love, wordplay. He has the most upside in this draft, strong arm, he's mobile, he's very talented. He just needs a year or two to be groomed in the league and you could have the makings of a star. But Tua may be the guy that Stephen Ross likes. He brings instant fame, credibility, solid player, more of a game manager in my opinion, and Justin Herbert has the size and tools to be a solid quarterback. He's just a little too stiff. He might take some time to develop. Now, they need a running back. Jordan Howard cannot be the answer. So they're going to have to bolden that position with a guy like DeAndre Swift or Jonathan Taylor. I prefer Jonathan Taylor. He can run between the tackles. He can take it to the distance anytime, 4.3 speed, and catch passes out of the backfield. He's the guy that I would go with, but they can also go with DeAndre Swift, Same kind of back, a little less powerful between the tackles, but solid running back there. You can't go wrong with either of those two, and those guys can help Miami continue their upward climb.